You stupid British bitch, go fuck yourself with tea and crumpets? I don't know. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Now, what's that smell? Just like cornbread done too well. What you need, you know I got. Captain Jack Rattledge. No, I'm not. I am your host, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Rattledge. And tonight, we bring you Alestorm, No Grave But the Sea, released May 26, 2017, from Scottish power metal band, Pirate Meddlers.
They're not power metal.
That's what the wiki told me. That voice you hear arguing
they're wrong.
For no good reason is Robert Cooper, the Metal Coop. How you doing, sir?
I'm Captain Jack Ass.
You are Captain Jack Ass. And let's bring on my first mate, the disapproving dad, the Mr. Gibbs to my Jack Sparrow, Mr. Jesse Starcher. How do you do, sir?
Oh, man. You know, I find it funny. I had the opportunity to go on to Kapow, the Pop Cultured podcast this past Friday. I don't think the episode's aired yet, but one of the things that I did in plugs was, of course, plug this show. And the guys kind of scoffed at me and said, pirate metal. And I said, yes, pirate metal. And so one of the things that they asked me, they started asking me about all sorts of other different genres of metal. And I said, well, I'm not the guy to ask that. The man you'd probably want to speak to is Robert Cooper. And thank you, Robert Cooper, for pointing out that these guys are not power metal, because you, sir, would be the one to know.
Actually, if you want to really put them in a genre, I'd stick them more in a folk metal sort of thing. They've got that folk metal vibe going on.
The Wikipedia entry said that as well. It put them in both folk and it put them in the power metal genre. I mean, I would agree. It's pirate metal. I would agree. They would lean more in the folk metal genre than they would power metal. But, I mean, look, their overall theme is pirates, more so than a lot of the other pirate metal bands that tend to just be pirate-themed but still play death metal. Alestorm actually sound like their songs actually sound like sea shanties. So, you know, with a little bit of thrash here and there. I mean, sometimes they go off the beaten path, but overall they stick pretty close to that theme. I fell in love with this band back in the Captain Morgan days and the Black Sails at Midnight. Two great albums. I've been following the band ever since. I'm pretty sure we covered their last album on this podcast. So I was very excited. I was even more excited the fact that they were releasing the album around the same time as Pirates of the Caribbean, so that we could actually do Pirates Week. I've never seen anything fall into place so great.
Kismet.
It really was. So I'm excited about this. Let's get into it. Before we do, I always like to talk to you guys a little bit about your expectations, what of Alestorm you've heard in the past. Robert Cooper, I'll go to you first. Your expectations, your thoughts, your wishes, your dreams, relative to Alestorm.
Well, I mean,
relative
the
to
loving
Alestorm.
embrace of a woman somewhere on that list, but
oh boy.
I made that joke at work. I was like, I got good jokes. Oh yes, I do. They did. There is some power metal in this band, though. I'll give it to you. But funny thing, yes, they're just not predominantly a power metal band. Oh, okay. Fuck with an anchor's playing right now. But anywho, there's no irony in this timing. But so my best friend Nick, who still has not been on this podcast,
take a drink, everybody.
Drink.
I mean, there's an Alestorm reference right there. Drink. I love that song.
That's true.
We are here.
That's great.
To drink your beer.
To drink your beer and steal your arm at the point of a gun. So,
your alcohol to us will we are here to drink your beer.
Drink your beer. Drink. Anywho, so he played with Alestorm. I mean, they were the main card. They were the opening act. He said those guys were like the coolest motherfuckers ever. They played D&D backstage. I mean,
nice.
I mean, that is the perfect thing to play while you're traveling. Like, fuck it, D&D. You don't really need that many things. You just need to keep your papers in order. He said this is technically, I guess you could say hearsay, but he said their manager was a cunt because their manager walked over and saw that their shirts were $10 and said, no, your shirts need to be $25. We're selling ours for $25. And everybody else in the band caved, which I get that. I get from a business side where they're coming from, because you don't want the undercard band, undercutting you and making it to where your shirts are so much more expensive, but at the same time, you're also fucking killing local metal, which, I mean, Pat McCrory's bullshit did that anyways. Oh, that fuck. And then the people that were running Charlotte and all that.
Why was the opening band selling their t-shirts for $25? That should be how much Alestorm was selling their shirts for. The opening band should be selling their shirts for like $10, $15. Yeah,
they were. But Alestorm said, no, you have to sell yours for $25 because we're selling ours for $25.
Oh.
That's what the manager said.
Negative.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no, it was, I'm assuming you thought I said the other way around. No, the Alestorm manager said, like, oh, no, y'all have to sell it at our price, which I think is bullshit. But they were like, oh, we don't want to piss them off.
First of all, a lot of these club shows where, like, you have the opening band selling the T-shirt, it's like they got them printed up at the mall. The quality's not great. You know, they're not worth more than $10, $15. I mean, granted, I've bought plenty of them. I have definitely bought my fair share of shitty $10 T-shirts, but that's what they are. They're shitty $10 T-shirts, and I'm okay with that. You know, the logo's printed like cockeyed and shit like that. You know, for like for like a real, you know, band T-shirt where it's a part of their tour merch and everything else. You're talking $25 to $30, but you're also paying for quality. It's a weird thing that they would demand, like, everybody sell their shirts for $25. That's ridiculous.
Agreed.
I think it's fucking a bullshit. But they closed, there's 4 clubs in this area that have closed over the past year between here and 2 hours away in Charlotte. Oh yeah, so bye metal scene. You got the Fillmore and then their offshoot, the Underground. That's pretty much it. Besides a few other places that have come up. But yeah, apparently Alestorm brings a lot of bros. It's a lot of bros, which I thought was really funny. But Alestorm, I was pretty aware of them before our podcast. You know, you hear songs here and there. You hear your fun drinking songs, and then when we listened to was it Twilight? Sunset on the Golden Age, not Twilight. That was a really good album. It's honestly one of those albums that I really liked when it came out, and it's really held up. Because I would listen to this album on Spotify Shuffle because I'm not going to pay for premium because I'm cheap. Songs from that album popped up every once in a while, and I'm like, wow, this is really good. This is really well done. But yeah, this new album here, it really holds up with consistency, and I feel like they do something in this album as well as their other albums that's, I feel like is a hallmark of a band that sticks around and is worth it. I mean, you look at, like, the Beatles, for example. Not every fucking song off of, like, some of those Beatles albums, they're not always knockouts. But the ones that are really good, they stick with you. And part of the reason that they stick with you is because they're really good. This band does a really good job of kind of also doing with, like, you know, with like pop music as well, making music that is accessible, that can both reach people that aren't really into metal and are into metal. It kind of reaches that middle point as well as stays really catchy. So what it's doing is it's bringing in new people as well as kind of sticking into the public conscious of the music listening audience. I think so. Like, if I fucking play Fucked with an Anchor somewhere, I really feel like that would get a whole lot more, that would get a lot of fucking ears and people that are at least interested. I think it would do a lot better than the Surf Squid Warfare, which was fun, but, like, that's metal. Like, I feel like there's some of these songs on here that are just kind of leaning on that folk, kind of sea shanty, like you said. That's kind of that folk metal sort of edge, to where it's folk enough to where you can play it for people that don't care for metal and you can get away with it.
Mm-hmm. I played Fucked with an Anchor for my kids, and my daughter's reaction to that was, "He says a lot of bad words in that song, Daddy." He certainly does.
Oh God! And you know what? When your kid's gonna get her card flipped, you're gonna be like, "Lily, why has your card flipped? Are you going to be the black card at MIT?" And she's like, "But Dad, you're a fucking wanker." And you're gonna be like, "Damn you, Alestorm."
No, my daughter knows better. My daughter knows what the bad words are and what not to say. My son, on the other hand, is a very possibility that he's going to walk into his preschool like, "Jonas, hey, we had your sister here. Hey, fuck you. You're a fucking wanker. We're going to punch you right." Hey!
Going to punch you right.
Everybody now.
Your kid reminds me of you, Mark.
Oh, Jonas? He's a lot like me. All right, Jesse, your thoughts here, and then we're going to play the first track.
Okay, yeah, with Alestorm. My goodness, you guys, once again, another band that the Metal Hammer of Doom has brought me into. I can remember listening to this album with you guys, and they made a Back to the Future reference on Sunset. It was on that album, Sunset on the Golden Age. And what I really loved about these guys was the humor. Oh my goodness, they could make you laugh with some of the stuff that they sung about, and a lot of what they brought to the table was catchiness. I cannot tell you how many times I found myself whistling the tune of, like, Quest for Ships after I'd listened to the album, and then it gets stuck in your head, and it's not, you know, it's not bad. It's a fun song. So I was really, I was psyched. I remember when we were talking about it before it released. This was going to be one of the first albums I listened to that Friday once it released, and I wasn't disappointed in my expectations. So I can't wait to discuss the good portion of this album with you guys.
All right, here we go.
Sodomy.
This is the title. Did you say sodomy? This is the title track. This is No Grave But the Sea.
Mutilation and gore.
that Kapow podcast, first of all right, I'm gonna behave myself. I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking. They fucking dared question me about what pirate metal was and scoff at and what I would have said. I'm gonna behave myself because I know these are your buddies, so I'm not gonna put you in an uncomfortable position. But
I appreciate that.
Scoff at nothing. Fuck them with an anchor. That's what I'd do. Anyway, if I had been on that podcast, I would have said, look, if you want to know what is the quintessential Alestorm sound, I would have just played for him No Grave But the Sea. I mean, yes, there are plenty of other types of songs that they do. They definitely wind around different types of genres in terms of subgenres of metal. But if you had to point to one song only, this is one of those songs you could point to and say, that is Alestorm. They're singing about being pirates. You've got the guitar in there. You've got the keyboards in there. It sounds like metal. It's that great combination of pirate sea shanty and metal and epicness, and it's everything you want in an Alestorm song. It's not my favorite, but I can definitely, it's a good lead off. And as I was listening to it, I'm like, this is probably one of those songs that's better heard live than on the album.
Yeah, I agree. A solid opener, and you're right. It hooks you with, this is Alestorm. This is what you're going to expect from these guys. Although it's more of a, I wouldn't say it's extremely serious, but there's some, there's funnier songs on this album that we're going to come across that I identify more with Alestorm than this one specifically. They do a good job of balancing the funny with the serious. And this is your heavy metal pirate song. So I agree 100%, and it is a great lead off for sure.
I'm just looking at the lyrics here. What? We're talking about pirate, actual like naval battles here? Huh.
Really?
Yeah, give me just a second. No, I didn't want Neil deGrasse, you fuck.
Does not belong in this podcast.
Which is, let's see, because this song, it was talking about, the Battle of Saints. Is it Saints?
Okay.
Santes, which was in the Dominica.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
Okay.
Got anything else for us?
They name dropped it, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure that like that's what the song was about, that's something I really found that I like about the band. That when I listened to Sunset on the Golden Age, I was like, all right, whatever, we're gonna get a whole bunch of drinking songs, and we did, and that's my favorite part of Alestorm is because of, as we've talked about, the many different phases of metal. You can have songs about drinking, and you could also have songs about history and naval battles and being a pirate and losing a leg. It's a really cool thing.
Wooden leg.
I
forgot all about wooden leg.
How could you forget about wooden leg? And the cannonball hit him in the other knee. Oh, you Japanese bastards. But yeah, it's something that this band does really well. They manage to take serious and silly, and the differentiation between the two, I really do feel is that kind of difference between your more power metal influence and your folk metal influence. Because go ahead.
I was going to say, I really respect a band that doesn't take themselves seriously. And when you have, what was the other?
You have to take too seriously. You can't be a complete joke. I think it's important to say before this goes any further that these are also very good musicians. They can play their instruments.
Yes. What was the name of the other pirate metal album we did last year? And I wasn't feeling it. What was the name of that band? I want to say Black. There was another one. It was like, and they were all complete serious pirate songs. I was like, oh, geez. I want to say it was like their biggest song was something about a flag. Shit, I'm gonna have to go take a look now. But anyway, continue. I'll figure it out, and we'll get back after the next song. I'll let you guys know.
All right. So this next song is
Running Wild.
Yes, Running Wild.
Running Wild.
I did not like it.
That album
Running Wild that was not a great album. Running Wild is more power metal than anything else. They just happen to do power metal songs about being pirates at times. All right, this next song is the spiritual cousin to Corporal Connie's Tequila. This is Alestorm's Whoa, Mexico.
Please, once that happens, you report back.
For my birthday, I want tequila and a donkey show.
Oh, no.
Way too many things for your birthday.
Say what?
You want way too many things for your birthday. You have to tear down your list.
Oh, okay. My wife's reaction to asking for tequila and a donkey show was I'm asking for way too much stuff for my birthday. I have to tear down my list. Which means on some level,
what if you get Kelly in the Sexy Stud?
I saw that movie. So real quick, back in the day when I was applying to be a Child Protective Services investigator here in Hillsborough County, I had to take a lie detector test. And before you actually take the lie detector test, they do like a pre-interview, and the pre-interview is like 100 questions long, and the guy gets really, really in depth. But the machine's not on or anything, and he's just trying to gauge like where you're at. And so he asked me a particular question, which I'm not going to get into, but the answer was, well, yeah, one time in Mexico. And he was like, yeah, if it happened in Mexico, he was like, yeah, if it happened in Mexico, it doesn't count. Like, that's rule. That is a rule to live by, ladies and gentlemen. If it happened in Mexico with tequila and a donkey show, it doesn't count. That's a fun song.
Yes,
that is a fun song. That is again one of those songs which makes me really treasure this band. I do enjoy their use of the guitar. You know, it almost makes it sound like the music sometimes sounds a little childish, but it gives it a flavor. There aren't too many bands using that unless they're doing like video game type music. You know, Jesse Starker's favorite thing. They're not really using that level of sound, and Alestorm does, and it makes for a fun, memorable song. And Yo Ho, Mexico, Tequila, and a Donkey Show.
Oh, yeah, man. You can see these guys busting this one out, and then, like, the whole crowd singing along. I recognize this song right off the bat as possibly being my favorite off the album. As soon as it hit, I was like, oh, my gosh. You know, when it's so funny that when it comes to the lyric writing at the, you know, that beginning set of verses where they say, you know, the alcohol is free, and then he says something totally else, and in order to rhyme free, he says the alcohol is free over again, which is just great. It's probably some of the funniest stuff I'd heard on the whole album. But anyway, very catchy tune, and man, I can't tell you, this is probably the one that I whistle the most, and just going, you know, bobbing my head to. I really like Mexico.
Just let your wife know that that whatever happens in Mexico doesn't count.
That'll be sure. Put it on my gravestone.
You don't think she's gonna go for it, do you? All right. So,
no, I don't think
Robert
so.
Cooper. Robert Cooper.
Do you think that maybe you can finance your Mexico trip with those He-Man figures?
No. That's some good thinking.
There you go.
Good thinking.
I mean, that's a lot of donkey show right there.
That is a lot of donkey show. I want Jesse Starcher. I want a picture of Jesse Starcher with a donkey and a sign that says "Paid for with He-Man figures."
This was my Moss Man.
You're gonna call me Moss Man, you dirty whore.
I'll be your He-Man. Let's go slaughter He-Man. All right.
He-Man.
Why don't you talk about the music?
He's Jesse Starcher, and he's selling the Moss Man.
Oh, God. Gracious.
What did I think about Mexico? He's racist. What do you think? You think I'm racist against Beastmen?
Can't be. No discrimination.
I mean, I just make fun of everybody. But anywho, but yeah, so Mexico, like I always get thrown off a little by the video game intro, but it's catchy, it's whatever. So it's kind of like crabs, like you got it. Once you get it, you're like, whatever. Like I guess I'm stuck.
Sure.
Then the like I didn't realize, like I was really just kind of like, Mexico. I didn't realize it was Donkey Show until the second time I was at work when this was playing on Tequila, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, fucking Donkey Show. I was like, oh. So that was a fun thought. Yeah, I'm Kelly. He's the sexy stud. That's all I can think of anytime I think about donkey shows. But yeah, this is a really fun track, especially I really feel like they did a good job of putting forth the songs that will get the most attention to the band as their singles.
Yeah, that's for sure. Considering their singles were Alestorm and Fuck with an Anchor, and in both cases they're like the catchiest songs on the album.
And they got a video for Mexico.
Do they have? Okay, there you go. The third example. This is, speaking of third, this is track 3. This is To the End of the World. examples of Alestorm's ability to write epic battle metal, which we don't talk about because we're so focused on the hilarious songs and, you know, the Nancy the Tavern Wench type of things, you know, the sea shanties and the storytelling. But they can, I mean, they're right up there with Characterised and Alestorm and some of these other battle metal, you know, folk metal type bands where they can write some pretty epic stuff. So, you know, when I say, like, you hear it and you want to, like, march into battle, that's what I'm talking about, and that's a really good example of it, To the End of the World.
Yeah, there's I mean, this song right here, I remember listening to it and going, man, it's long and it's serious. and
what she said.
But, and I almost, first I enjoyed it, and for some reason, the length of this song kind of got to me, and it felt kind of repetitious as it goes onward. The song doesn't evolve. It doesn't feel like it evolves it really into a whole lot of much. I'm looking through the lyrics here just to try and figure out what in the world they're talking about. It sounds like clearly it's someone's taken off in a ship on some kind of a mission, either to find unknown lands, or just like they said, they're going to the edge of the world. And at that point in time when this was going on, everybody thought the world was flat, and I think that's kind of what they're trying to put you in mind of whoever's telling this tale is definitely from that period of time before Enlightenment. But yeah, I agree. It is an epic song, and it is something that is enjoyable to listen to. But this is probably the one song that I actually criticize the most off of this album. Coop?
This is honestly a song I'm really hoping I can get to with the dogs while we're listening to, because I love that they did the entire album with dogs, which I'm sure we'll get to that sooner or later. Because listening to No Grave but the C for Dogs, it sounds almost disco-y. I don't know. It just, like, speaking of disco-y, by the way, did y'all dig the song I sent earlier? What was that?
I listened to part of it, and then I turned it off. But the No Grave but the C for Dogs, I got about halfway through that, and I'm like, I can't take this anymore.
No, no, Mark Radulich, no.
It amuses me just. It's fun. It is a really funny thing to be listening to, because I was listening to this at work, and a coworker went, "Wait, is that dogs?"
I just want to kind of share our story about how that day I discovered that, because it just so happened, I pull up the album, like, all right, here we go. I always send you guys a picture of what I'm about ready to listen to, and I noticed that the artist pick on Spotify for Alestorm was legit an album called Relaxation for Dogs. And I was like,
I was wondering that.
What the fuck is that about? I'm like, that makes no damn sense. So I was like, okay, well, that's pretty funny. So we continue, and I listened to the album. I'm sending you guys song after song, and then all of a sudden I realized that there is the regular and the deluxe version. I'm like, oh, wow, there must be some songs on the deluxe version. And I noticed that it's not demos of the songs off the album. It is the album over again with vocals removed and dogs barking replaced in there. And I was like, okay, that's funny. Okay, you have to give an artist credit for redoing the whole album with dog vocals. Now, there's got to be more to the story on this. I can tell you that I saw Alestorm was running, like, I don't know if it was a contest or if they were just kind of BSing people, but they said, hey, send us a picture of your dog eating the album, and we'll repost it or something like that. So they went into it full bore. I don't understand what the reference is, and maybe this is something I've missed in the past, but I'll be damned if they didn't redo the whole album. And I'll tell you right now, folks, I listened to the whole thing just to see if, like, maybe they threw something in there, or maybe they did something different. They did nothing different other than just replace the vocals with dog barks.
And I can only take so much of that before I was like, yeah, I give up on this. I can't take this anymore.
It's perfect. It is perfect for the kids and the dogs, apparently. But I'll tell you right now, I played Fuck by an Anchor like 9 times, or Fuck with an Anchor, not Fuck by an Anchor. Boy, that'd be that'd be an interesting song. I was fucked by an anchor. But I played that like 3 times.
In Mexico?
Possibly.
It doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Cross state lines.
It's like Mexico is just like a mustachioed poor Las Vegas.
Yeah,
which, speaking of I was really trying to make a bad. I was trying to like reel it back to where I was originally going, which had nothing to do with the song. I was like going to ask, y'all listen to that song I sent? Because that is groovy as fuck.
I did not. Mark?
No.
Yeah, and see, now Jesse has to listen to it because the singer and guitarist are both from Soilwork.
I will listen.
See, I knew I had him.
You done hooked
me in now. I had him by the musical balls. Dude, it's like a progressive. It's like a mix of prog and classic rock.
Can we,
the Night Flight Orchestra.
Can we discuss the dog thing for just a moment? Look, I'm no stranger to gags, okay? Like, I get it. I get running jokes.
That's what she said?
As it was coming out of my mouth, I'm just like, yep, here comes the setup. I'm no stranger to running gags. I'm no stranger to ridiculous humor. So it would be ridiculous of me to sit here and criticize this. But this didn't strike my funny bone. Can you? I'm sorry, I'm going through puberty. Can you, Jesse Starcher, explain why you think this is so funny? Like, why the dog thing is so amusing to you?
Now, I can't sit here and say that, yeah, okay, I'm listening to the End of the World with the dog vocals and laughing my ass off. No, what I think is funny is the fact that these Alestorm took and made a deluxe album with dog vocals. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Who does that? No one. No one does that. No one takes their album and then, oh yeah, we're going to put out a deluxe album and here's this along with it. Dude, it's just unique. It's unique, and I think it's funny, and there's got to be a story behind it. So as we proceed, I might dig in just a little bit to see if somebody's had to have a reaction and ask Alestorm, like, what the fuck are you guys thinking? There's got to be an answer, but I think, me personally, I find it funnier than shit.
All right, let's move to one of my favorite
I just love it. I love it as a surprise gag.
Okay.
Surprise me.
So let's move on to one of my favorite songs on the album. If it hadn't been Fucked with an Anchor, it would have been this one. It's very similar to Drink in terms of the chorus. In fact, I almost made Jesse Starcher upload Drink to play by comparison, but just go listen to Drink, okay? We were singing it at the beginning of the show. Everyone gets it. So this is, in the same vein as Drink, this is Alestorm.
Firing the cannons and raising the flag.
point of a gun. Your alcohol to us will fall, 'cause we are here to drink your beer. It's the same song.
You're going to find repetition in a lot of Alestorm, I think, just because that is, I think, indicative of the whole sea shanty way. You basically take the same song and you add different lyrics. I think it's just going to happen.
Like a Brooklyn hardcore band, but they're all dressed as pirates, and it's like the sea shanty way.
Gotta be. It's gotta be. I love that song, by the way, though. I mean, fucking Alestorm rocks. And it's funny that they picked that as, it's titled the name of their band. And just like you said, it's almost a repetition of what we've heard these guys do in the past. It's almost them significantly coming out and saying, yeah, this is what we sound like, so we're going to call this song Us.
Yeah. That's actually a very astute observation. I mean, one of the things look, the musicianship in the song is very similar to Drink. It's almost the same. But the chorus is obviously very different. We're here to drink your beer, et cetera, et cetera. It's not the same message as these are a few of my favorite things. But, these are the things that pirates need: quest and mead and rum and Nancy the Tavern Wench and whatever else they say. I mean, look, I love the song. Don't get me wrong, but I got to call it as I see it. Robert?
I mean, I dug the song. I can see some allusions, of course, to Drink, because they come on with similar circumstances. I'm trying not to sneeze. Oh, I staved it back. We'll see how long it stays.
Stave it off. 1, 2, 3, and now you can count to 3. Go ahead.
I've not heard this song.
Oh, I apologize. I'm singing some Homestar Runner.
Oh.
Never watched it.
Homestar.
Never watched it.
I used to love Strong Bad emails.
Strong Bad emails, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With Trogdor the Dragon, which I knew Trogdor the Dragon before he got into Guitar Hero.
You were in on the ground floor.
Oh, yeah. You draw an S, and then you draw another S.
Do you remember playing Trogdor at all on Guitar Hero 3 Mark Radulich?
It was Guitar Hero 2.
No.
Was it 2?
No.
It was 2.
Okay.
No,
all right.
no.
Never mind. Thank you, Coop.
The answer to all these questions is no.
And
it's funny
and
because
then
once Mark doesn't get a reference, he checks out. He's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
I'm on YouTube.
And then you draw a big beefy arm.
Big beefy arm.
And then I played the flash game of it.
Oh yeah.
I played the flash game of it at my dad's, and I thought it was the greatest fucking thing I'd ever seen. I think it was like 6th grade, 7th grade, something like that, when I was in middle school. That was, fucking internet. That was the best. Oh, shut up, Mark.
Keep your yawns to yourself, damn it.
You could talk about dad stuff. I could talk about pre-DSL internet stuff.
You guys, hold on. I found some news about the crowdfunding. This is coming from the Facebook site. Here we go. Alestorm crowdfunding starts. No grave but the sea for dogs. This was a crowd-funded project.
Nice.
So, yeah, a bunch of people got together, paid money in order for this to happen.
We are a weird country. We are a weird world.
We're just a weird world.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's move on here.
But, yeah, this is a fun song.
It is.
There you go.
All right. This is track 5. This is Bar und Imbiss.
One night I sailed the seas of dark Thuringia. I thirsted for an ale, so I headed to a bar. Slumpy was the name. I saw above the door a curious smell came flowing out, so I went inside for more.
live with like a tankard of ale in your hand.
Dude. You grab the shoulder of the other guy, put your arm around him. You got a line of like 20 people, and you're just kind of going back and forth. Hell yeah!
Playing, splashing beer on each other. That's what I picture when I hear that. There's your Nancy the Tavern Wench song of the album. Good stuff. I mean, you know, it's your typical Alestorm sea shanty tale, but it's great stuff, and it's really what more can you say about it?
Coop, what do you have dark lyrics in front of you?
Yes, indeedy.
Don't look, okay? I want your best guess on how they spelled schlumpy.
I kind of just got to look at it.
Oh, you bastard!
I was gonna guess.
That was the one thing I went there to look for.
I was gonna guess SCHLUMT. Was it schlumpty? SCHLUMPY?
Schlumpy. There's an F in there.
Oh, I thought it was schlumpy.
Oh, I thought it was a slumpy slump. Just watch me do the slumpy slump.
Oh, wow. Do the schlumpy dance.
Schlumpy dance. Well, he gets shot in the knees.
People say you're slumpy. You're really funny looking. That's all right, because I guess things cooking. You're scared. You constantly try to compare me, but you can't get near me.
My knees are gone.
Do me, baby. Just watch me do the slumpy slump.
Watch me do the slumpy slump. Yes. Well, you know what's funny? Just to throw it back to the dog version, they actually say,
God.
Well, here's the thing. The title of this is Bar und Imbiss, which is, I assume, German. Maybe, I don't know, or Sweden, but sure enough, in the dog version, the dog version is Bar und Imbiss for Hunde, which I assume is whatever for dog. So good stuff.
All right,
you're gonna love this after this next song, because I've got a special surprise for you, Mark Radulich.
Oh no more surprises. All right, ladies and
That's
gentlemen,
what she said.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, we have reached the apex of the album. This is the zenith right here, the high point, the best track on the album. This, folks, is my reason for living this week. This is my new favorite saying, my wife's favorite song. This is Fucked with an Anchor.
Fuck you, you're a fucking wanker. We're gonna punch you right in the balls. Fuck you with a fucking anchor. You're all cunts, so fuck you all. Fuck you, you're a fucking wanker. We're gonna punch you right in the balls. Fuck you with a fucking anchor. You're all cunts, so fuck you all. Go! Lived with this curse. My vocabulary was stunted at birth by a witch doctor from over the seas, casting a strange voodoo magic
That is the greatest song ever written. That song makes me so happy. I don't even know what the fuck to do with myself. I just sit there. I'm like a child. I'm like bouncing in my seat. My arms are going back and forth. I'm smiling. I'm sitting here in my living room doing a podcast, and it's like, fuck you. You're a fucking wanker.
We're gonna punch you right in the balls.
Right in the balls. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again.
Fuck you, you're a fucking wanker. We're gonna punch you right in the balls. Fuck you with a fucking anchor. You're all cunts, so fuck you all. Fuck.
So good it had to be played twice.
Yes. Oh my God. We could just end the year right now. That's the best. There's nothing. I mean, maybe Nickelback. But other than Nickelback. Nickelback.
I wouldn't give you a penny back.
Wait just a second. Not as good? Not as good?
Nope. Not even close.
It's missing that little punchy fuck you.
You're all cunts, so fuck you all. It's such a happy song. What I love about the song is it's not just a string of curses. It's not just them yelling at the crowd. There's an actual story here. He's been cursed. He's gonna get a crew together. They're gonna go after this witch doctor, and when they find him, they're gonna sodomize him with an anchor. I mean,
they're gonna shove it up his ass.
I don't know what's happening in Hollywood right now, but can someone please get a hold of Alestorm and option this song for a movie?
We need a script treatment.
We do. We need Pirates of the Caribbean fucked with an anchor. That's the next movie.
We'll bring out our anchor by the light of the stars and shove it inside of his big fucking arse.
That's right. Davy Jones needs to be fucked with an anchor by Jack Sparrow. That's what needs to happen. Pirates of the Caribbean 6, fucked with an anchor. You're welcome, Hollywood. I mean, I understand that it's a Disney picture. Maybe we can make some alterations. But I really think to capture the spirit of the song, you're talking $1 billion project right here. This could save the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
For years, for decades on down the road, they're like, did you see Pirates of the Caribbean? No, specifically the one where he got fucked with the anchor. Yeah, that one.
We didn't know where this was going. It had no connection to anything else. But at the end, they just sodomized Davy Jones with a fucking anchor. We don't understand what happened.
My goodness.
We took our children to this.
Somewhere along the line, the Walt Disney vision was lost. Or found. Hell, you never know.
This reminds me of, just on a tangent, of somebody told me a story where an elderly couple and their grandchild stormed out and demanded a refund to Cinderella Man because they expected there to be a fairy godmother.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, they didn't expect it to be a gritty boxing movie. They expected Cinderella.
Did Russell Crowe in boxing gloves not give them a big enough clue?
I guess they were just kind of dirt.
If there's anything that would have made this album better, is they should have saved. I would have loved for them to have ended this album with this song. I think that this is 100%. One of the ones. I hate to see this one go, and because the rest of this album, really seriously, just like you said, this is the apex. It's nothing but downhill from here.
I mean, not that the album is bad, but I couldn't get past this song. Like, I heard this. I was like, I don't even want to hear the rest of the album now. I just want to hear this song over and over and over again.
Yep.
I'm currently writing Pirates of the Caribbean "Fucked with an Anchor" in my head.
Is that the porn parody?
Nope.
Oh, I could be very well. Yeah, there you go.
No,
Johnny Depp starring in this one, baby.
But I think it loses its vision if you make it a porn parody. I just think I just think you need to tell the tale of how they fucked this witch doctor in the ass with an anchor. All right, let's move on here. We do need to finish the album. So when this podcast's over, I'm going to listen to that song again as I'm walking into my bedroom with a trombone, naked.
Oh man.
All right, speaking of naked, this is Peg Leg Potion. And that song is fine. I don't really have a whole lot to add to it. It's very hard for me to, like... Now everything is going to be in the shadow of Fucked with an Anchor.
Of a big anchor sticking in a man's ass.
But to be fair and to be a good reviewer, to not be the people that we make fun of on Damn You Hollywood, I will say Peg Leg Potion... more of the same from Alestorm, more of the top quality we come to expect from the band. This is more, again, in the, what was the song? The Bar und Imbus, Nancy the Tavern Wench part of their repertoire. So it's fine. It's good. It's nice.
I call bullshit on Dark Lyrics spelling. If this is seriously Alestorm spelling this like this, I don't... Maybe that's a reference I'm missing out. But Scrub-a-Dub Island spelled SGRIUBH-A-DUBH. Okay?
Ooh,
now,
that seems like a misspelling.
That seems like somebody trying to make it sound like, yeah, that's a real fucking thing, but it's seriously not. There's no fucking way.
That sounds like some silly bullshit that Alestorm would do, though. Let's be honest.
That's exactly what I thought. I was like, if I've done a Google search here, and I've come up with a bunch of shit in French, but
I'm coming up with just a ton of like lyric sites that have that as for the song.
Really?
Yep,
Well,
A to Z lyrics, lyric shot, dark lyrics, karaoke text, texty.cz.
Oh, I go there all the time. Well, I have nothing here. It's pronouncing
name dropped Captain Crunch.
Did they really?
Oh
they
yeah,
did.
That's didn't
right.
catch that.
I remember that. Yes.
And then they dropped South Dakota.
What did they say here? What's the part about Captain Crunch? Because I remember sitting there listening to that, and okay, never mind. It tastes like Captain Crunch. Okay, I don't think you had that back in the pirate days, but hey, we obviously give you a lot of leeway here. driving in an old Toyota. Systematic frog? What the fuck? No, okay, hold on. Do you see the Oregon to South
Underwater
Dakota
toilet
lyrics?
quota.
Oh, I almost want to go find that part of the song because I did not know that's what they were saying.
Underwater toilet quota.
Driving in an old Toyota, systematic frog.
Systematic frog. What the fuck?
That's the greatest. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so if it's an underwater toilet, we be shitting with the fishes or what?
Don't know. That right there that is prime fucking Alestorm, in my opinion. Shoving shit like that. I know. Shoving that into a song. Oh my gosh, dude. I have tears coming down my eyes. That's damn funny. All right.
It is. It deserves a Tony.
Oh, okay. So how do we kill time here, Coop? By not bringing notice to the fact that we're killing time.
Oh, we're killing time?
Yeah, we got to kill time.
I guess Mark had to go fill the underwater toilet quota.
He did. Oh shit. Let me see here.
I did think it was a fun song though. The Dogs version, because the Dogs version is just playing on the PlayStation right as we're doing this podcast.
That's so wonderful.
I just played the album. I listened to the album as we were going on, and it just looped right into the fucking dog version. I mean, it's a fun. This is a fun song. I'm not gonna say it's like bombastic. It is really hard to top "Fucked with an Anchor," but I feel like Mark's not gonna give anything else much due after that.
No.
In fact, I have a feeling this podcast is gonna end pretty quick too, because he's gonna be like, "All right, not an anchor, not fucked with an anchor."
Well, he hasn't stopped it like 10 seconds in and went nope, so that's a good thing. I've heard that a couple times on this podcast.
Oh, that's my favorite. Nope.
Good.
When I have decided I've had enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Classic Mark Radlich.
We were wondering how long it would take before you did that, since nothing can ever beat "Fucked with an Anchor" for you tonight.
No, I mean, there's nothing that's like Black Sabbath bad, on this album where I'm just like, no, can't take it. So it'll all get fair treatment from me, but yeah, man, we've definitely heard some stuff on this where I'm just like, I can't even give it its due. It's so bad. God, that Black Sabbath album. And then there was Volbeat.
Oh, man.
Which gets the listens, man. Have you seen our numbers for that Volbeat podcast, Jesse? That's insane.
Yeah. I'm waiting just for somebody to write a comment like, man, why did you guys tear these guys a new asshole? Because, man, Volbeat is very popular around here. I don't know about down around your neck of the woods, but a lot of people listen to Volbeat up here, and I hate it. I didn't like that album. I really felt bad being mean to it.
We fucking tore Volbeat to shreds, and it wasn't like we it wasn't like we hated Volbeat. I picked it because I liked Volbeat, but like that was just such a bad album, and I won't hold back if something is bad. I just refuse to.
Yeah, there's no. Yeah, you can't do it.
All right, just be happy that I wasn't there, because it really would have had an anchor fucking.
Yeah. Should we just leave that track up? Just like, okay, here's what we think of that song. Fuck you, you're a fucking wanker.
Fucking wanker. I'm gonna punch you right in the balls.
This is track. You know what? Come in, horsey.
Oh God.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I didn't know we were getting a horsey show too.
Tequila and a Donkey Show. All right, this is track 8. This is Man the Pump.
Into the oceans of hell, my friend. Into the oceans we ride. Pump the boat until you're back on dry land. We're sailing the sea till we die.
some of that epic battle metal that we, epic pirate metal that we know and love. That's really all I got to say about it.
Oh, this is my favorite story off this album. And I know I told you guys, it's like, listen to the story clear to the end. And it's really about this kid, clearly 12-year-old kid, who hops onto this ship. And one of the things, I mean, back in those days, in order to keep a ship from sinking, you had to pump water out of there to save your ass. And there was a bunch of people that were set to do that. And, of course, this kid, they go on this trip, and they run into a bunch of bad shit, and it's just like, keep pumping until we find land. Keep pumping until we find land. And then they finally reach the land, and all his friends are celebrating. They turn around, and they find out that the kid died. He had pumped himself to death. And that's like the greatest ending of any. I know, dude. It's the greatest ending of every. I mean, it's a horrible song, but I mean, really, this story that's being told by Alestorm in Man the Pumps is very good. I think it's the best off of the album. It's not the best song, but it's the best story for sure.
This just in: toddler found roaming Ruskin store alone while guardian is passed out in the car. Yeesh.
The heroin nod. Gosh.
Yep.
Boy, I watched a video. Somebody posted something from Huntington. We know a few boys from there. And it was just about a 2-minute loop of this lady walking in place and squatting because she was heroin nodding in the middle of trying to walk the sidewalk. It was probably one of the funniest / saddest things I'd ever seen in my entire life. But my gosh. Anyway, Coop.
World. All right.
I enjoyed the song greatly. At first, I thought this was a song about I don't know, somebody taking up a job as a gas attendant, but
oh, stop it! Stop.
Alestorm is definitely reaching for that pirate metal now. Like, we ran out of everything we could talk about. Well, we didn't talk about the gas station attendant.
If you really thought that I say boo to you, sir.
You've been booed.
I was balls deep in lumber. I couldn't. All that treatment was killing me.
And we're back to Bob. And we're back to Mothman and Bob Sapp again. There we go.
All right.
Mothman and Bob Sapp. You know you love that.
Let's move on.
Because it took both of you. It took both of you time, and then you, Mr. Former MMA reporter, was like, "Wait a minute."
Those are the best. When they hit you like 10 seconds later, and you're like, "Oh,
I was blocking
shit.
it out." All right. This is track 9. This is Rage of the Pentahook. I really don't have a whole lot to add to what I said about the last track. Kind of more of the same. Jesse?
Yeah, it's probably my least favorite story. There's some good metal to be played in that song, though. there's a few spots where I enjoy the musicianship. As for the story itself, I mean, it's just like Alestorm's reaching for a way to make you realize that this guy's a bastard. I mean, when he shoots a kid, he shoots a baby. He shoots a baby with a gun. Pentahook's an ass. Coop?
I mean, at least he didn't, I don't know, get out the anchor.
It's true. That is true.
We are dying on this podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we're close to the end. We're floundering.
Yeah. Let's
I
just
just
move
didn't know,
this on.
I mean, I didn't know if Pentahook was a guy, but it doesn't look like he was a guy. He just looks like an evil fucking villain. Hide your daughters and your mothers.
And your baby.
Track 10. This is Treasure
Hide
Island.
your kids, hide your wife.
It's the longest. It doesn't count if it's in Mexico. It's 7 minutes and 48 seconds. There's no dogs barking on this track. This is Treasure Island. So overall, I mean, it's a good song. There's not a bad song on here, in my opinion. I think they're all strong to one degree or another. Some are stronger than others. I would give the whole album No Grave But C an A-. I think it's a great effort by Alestorm. I mean, it's one of those where if you like Alestorm and you like what they do, you'll love this album. If you're not a fan, you're going to hate it. And there's not a lot of surprises on here. It's definitely the first half of the album is a lot stronger than the second half, but it's not like the second half is bad. It's just, I wouldn't call it samey, but it's definitely more of what you come to expect from this band.
Okay. Yeah. When it comes to, my I don't know a whole lot about the catalog prior to Sunset on the Golden Age. So what I'm clearly comparing this to is my introduction to Alestorm, which was Sunset on the Golden Age. And I feel like this album as a whole kind of falls short for some reason when it compares to that. I liked that one a little bit more than this one. There's some good storytelling in here, but there's some definite just like, okay, here's the shithead they're talking about this time, or oh, where are they going this time? Oh, they're going to go drink. So yeah, it's samey, but again, we have an album here by Alestorm that has a song on it that is their name, Alestorm, and they accept that, I believe, and I don't think they have any problem with it. And of course, I cannot suggest against Mark Radlich's wishes. Give the dog version a chance. If you actually here, legitimately, I'll tell you what I took from the dog version, which I have listened to 3 times. You will.
Good God.
Well,
see, once I'm like, okay, that's funny, but 3 times?
No, here's the thing.
Do you know how many albums I could suggest you could listen to in the interim?
Here's the thing. Most likely it was out of pure laziness. It's not like I went out and I seeked to listen. I'm not listening to the whole lyrics this time. I'm just going into the dog version. No, what would happen is I would start the deluxe version and just let it go, and then listen to it all the way through. So it's honestly out of pure laziness.
Please send Jesse Starker on Facebook videos of dogs singing Christmas carols. Please send him dogs singing anything. Just
whatever, Mark Radlich. Listen, it strikes me as fun. It strikes me funny that I always view you as like the non-lyric guy, and then you get an album that's exactly the same, and there's just dogs barking, and you have a problem with it. I don't understand why you have a problem with, them just taking the lyrics out and replacing them with dog barks. I figured you were more like the musicianship of it. And when
you can't
hear
pick up change to dog barking.
Nope.
Well, there's no. Okay. Anyway, when you listen to the dog version, you'll actually grow. You'll probably be able to pay more attention to the music that way, and I think that's really what made me go, "Oh man, these guys really can play." When you listen to that, I'm just saying, give it a chance. Give it a chance. But okay, as for my grade here, easily a thumbs up. I would recommend this to anybody. I already have, the Kapow, the Pop Culture Podcast. I hope they listen to it 3 times and they give their own review on their own podcast. But Alestorm, always a fun listen. I'm glad I got to talk about it with you guys again. Robert Cooper, sir.
I would definitely say that this is an album for the dogs.
Oh, boom.
Which I think that this dog thing comes from Sea Dogs, I'm wondering.
I made that connection as well, but it's not like it's explicitly said, hey, guys, this is what we're doing. I looked while we were doing this whole review trying to find something that says this is why we're doing it. It's more like, hey, we're doing this. You guys want to pay us for it? And we'll do it. It's just amazing.
It's like they got a suggestions, like Lucy with the suggestions box. Or that was your advice box, but close enough. But anywho, Treasure Island is a fucking good song, and that is exactly how I feel like an album should end. I know I mentioned it, was it last week with Dragon Force, that I really feel like if you're going to have a really long epic song, in the album on that song, because that's a very bombastic way to wrap an album up, to make a really good impression and leave the listener with a feeling of like, wow, that was really something. That is so goddamn funny.
Mark thinks he's cute.
Jesse and I are doing our own little thing on his Facebook. I posted on Jesse's Facebook page, dog singing Who Let the Dogs Out, and put Jesse's favorite song.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm driving to Walmart, so I can't look at Facebook. Well, I can, but that'd crash. Because I gotta get cheese dip for the boys. We gotta watch wrestling, damn it.
Wrestling.
But we gotta watch some
Rage
New
of
Japan
Pentagon
Pro
Jr.
Wrestling.
Oh, wait a second. Wrong song.
Close enough. Wrong promotion, but good try. I like it. 8
all
out
right.
of 10. Because that's how I rate things, 4 to 5 stars. But anywho, yeah, I really feel like Treasure Island is their musicianship song. Like, it fucking opens with that blistering fucking guitar, keyboard, just masturbation everywhere. Like, fucking Dragon Force would have been happy. And I'm assuming the song is about the book Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. I wouldn't know. I didn't watch it. Maybe it's about the movie Treasure Planet. You remember that Disney movie?
Yeah,
That movie was not that bad. It was not that bad. It wasn't the greatest thing ever. Like, poor Disney. Like, you know what? Like, their fate was, their 2D animation department was sealed at home on the range.
Yeah, well.
Roseanne Barr is a cow. I mean, that is the movie.
All right, that's gonna bring us to the end of this podcast. Tomorrow night.
I didn't even give my final thoughts on the damn album, Mark. Trying to fucking play me off.
He's got the hook.
I'm sorry.
All right, give me a second. I'll sum it up. Anywho, I feel like this album, honestly, is one of the stronger albums in Alestorm's catalog that I've listened to. What I found that is people that don't like Alestorm are wrong. Well, not quite. There's really two sides to Alestorm, and I really feel like in the last album and this current one, both sides are really strong. They've got their goofy, silly songs that are just absolutely absurd, but still, mighty humorous. But then they've got their epic, more sea battle themed or more lore themed that I find very interesting, and I really feel like they don't get enough credit for what they do there. I mean, they're pretty talented guys. I mean, granted, their singer is who he is. That man is not going to be fucking doing. He's not going to be doing Iron Maiden covers anytime soon.
No,
at least a key. Like, what was it? The third song? I was like, "Ooh, that sounds a little froggy there, buddy." I mean, maybe that's where that frog came from in the Pump song. I don't know. But yeah, overall, really fucking solid album. Well worth listening to. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10, a good 4 out of 5 stars. It might get a little bit higher on repeat listings. I mean, Fucked with an Anchor, Mexico, Alestorm, all really just fun songs. And you get your songs like Treasure Island and whatever the fuck, No Prayer for the Dying. That was an awful Iron Maiden album. It's whatever the fuck the title track is, which is the album. Fuck me. I'm driving. I can't remember.
No Grave but the Sea.
There you go. No Prayer for the Dying.
Let me ask you a quick question, all right? July 4th,
all
July
right.
6th. Vans Warped Tour. Alestorm is going to be in Wilmington, North Carolina, July 4th.
Hell no.
And then July 6th, they'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina. So
see, Charlotte's doable. Charlotte's like an hour and a half from me. Wilmington's like on July 4th weekend, that's fucking 5-6 hour drive.
Ooh, fuck that then.
Well, because that's like the coolest thing about North Carolina, by the way. We got mountains, plains, and the beach. But the thing is, like, the beach on July 4th weekend.
Yeah.
Plus, they wouldn't give me. Plus, they've finally instituted at Lowe's, the place where now, instead of smuggling the Mexicans over the border, I'm now helping them build their contracting businesses.
Well, that's nice of you.
Yeah, look at me. I got full-time employment. Yeah. Ooh.
Look at you.
Yeah, even though my management didn't know how to key in my proper schedule, though, so he's just been plugging me in. It's fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
Anywho, they started instituting like vacation blackouts, which they didn't do before. So it's like, if there's like a holiday weekend, unless you ask for it like in January, fuck you.
Damn.
I was like, thanks, Lowe's. You sure know how to make me feel loved. But yeah, I would love to see them in Charlotte. I know I missed Sabaton because like time fucking got past me. I'm gonna have to check and see what's around, because really the only place that only place that they can really play anymore is the Underground, which, total side note, same night as Sabaton. The Game Grumps, I'm sure you've heard of those guys.
Yeah.
From YouTube. Their band, one of their guys, Ninja Sex Party is the band, and they're just some fucking gimmick cover band. They managed to sell out the Fillmore in Charlotte in a day.
What?
And in fact, it was like in 3 hours. Because
Damn.
Nick's girlfriend wanted to go, and then a friend of mine wanted to go, and it all sold out like that. And I was like, oh, it must be nice to be YouTube famous. You know, boys, I think we could be internet famous if we tried hard enough.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And on that note, hey, listen, man, I'm putting the effort in. It's Pirates Week. All right.
Yarg. Scurvy.
We looked at Nightcrawler on source material this past Monday. Yesterday, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Tomorrow, Ronnie Adams is going to join me on TV Party Tonight for Black Sails Season 1. And then I presume that Ronnie and Jesse are going to do a little bit of the old Screaming Boy and look at Pirates in the movies. Next week on the Metal Hammer of Doom, here's what we got going on for the month of June. Next week, we'll be looking at Dream Evil 6, which my homework assignment is, if you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to Just Made of Metal. It's just one song from, I think, their second album. It's so good. It really is what made me a fan of the band. It's awesome. So Made of Metal, Dream Evil. We're going to look at their new album, which I listened to today, 6. Now, on June 14th, Robert Cooper and Jesse Starcher, oh boy, I'm leaving them in the bar. They get to run the show by themselves. Jesse Starcher is going to run the board. You know, Robert Cooper is going to call in with his tin can on a string, and they are going to review Unleash the Archers.
Oh boy.
Apex is the name of the album. I will not be on this show. So, Robert Cooper, Jesse Starcher, you guys are on your own. I will be at the Raymond James Stadium watching you two perform the entire Joshua Tree. However, I will be back June 21st for, of course, our favorite band right here on the Metal Hammer of Doom.
Nickelback! I wouldn't give you a penny back!
Yep, never gets old. We'll be reviewing Nickelback.
Unlike their music.
And then finally, to close out the month of June, Transformers Week. We're going to we're going to do this a couple of times this year. We're going to look at soundtracks depending on the particular theme of that week. This particular time, we're going to look at the Transformers the movie soundtrack. We're going to look at Dare. Going to look at the death of Optimus Prime, all that good stuff from the Transformers the movie soundtrack from back when we were just little kids. Poor Optimus Prime. He
and
died.
I wasn't born.
The Matrix of Leadership, and you weren't born. Sorry.
You've got
Jesse
the touch.
and I were kids. You got the power,
You got
baby.
the power.
I got
We got
the
a
Blu-ray.
whole-
Does that count?
It does. It does.
We got a slew of Transformers stuff that week going on, and our contribution will be Transformers the movie soundtrack. So a lot of fun will be had, I am sure of it. And that's what's going on in the Metal Hammer of Doom. Jesse Starcher, what do you got going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, go give that Rattlich and Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like. I was trying to remember what it was called. Facebook, unpopular website. You go find that there, give it a like, stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer. We're on blogtalkradio.com. You hear us right here, right now. We're also on Stitcher. We're on iTunes. We're on TuneIn Radio, and we're also on Spreaker.com. So you might be checking us out there as some of the content being shared on Wrestling to the Max. You just check that out. Go search Rattlich in just do it in any search bar. See what comes up. I guarantee you it's going to lead you to a podcast that's on this network at some point. He is the Mark Rattlich, by the way, the patriarch. Ladies and gentlemen, I do a show on this network called Source Material where we discuss comic book stories. Just like Mark said, we just got done with Nightcrawler. This coming Monday, is me, Mark Radulich, Ronnie Adams. We discussed, what was it, Mark? Help me out. I can't remember. I even got it. Hecate. Yes, Wonder Woman Hecate. That's right. It was just once, folks. You won't hear that on the you won't hear that on blogtalkradio.com because, by golly, I have editing power, and it's actually it's just going to be Mark snoring on a loop for about 45 minutes, so maybe you will. I don't know.
I wasn't that night, ladies and gentlemen, but God damn it, I participated.
He did.
Well, you're never let's be honest.
That's right. He put all effort into it. We got it done. And like I said, hey, I want to be on Kapow, the Pop Culture Podcast. I'll go ahead and throw a plug in there. You can give that a listen. It'll be popping up here sometime soon. I gave them boys a CBIQ, Comic Book Intelligent Quotient Quiz from May of 1992, Wizard number 9. And it was a lot of fun. There's 4 guys on that podcast. Each one of them, they're very competitive, and we had a fun time giving a test and just to see how they did. 30 questions. It was a lot of fun. But you can follow me at Stiznarkey if you do so wish. You can find source material on YouTube. Just type in #source material. You should be able to find that on there pretty easily. And at SourceMattCast is our Twitter. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Had a great time discussing Alestorm. Robert Cooper, back to you, sir. Woof, woof.
Woof, woof, indeed. See if I can make it to the... No, I don't have a card. Shit, I'm going to end up standing here at this fucking checkout line for a while. What's up, man?
Coop,
This
has to be like a 3rd or 4th podcast you've done from Walmart. I swear.
Hey, at least this one I have a good phone.
That's
Remember
true.
last time that one time I was on speakerphone?
All right. So,
which I was listening to some of those, and I was like, God damn, this is rough.
Oh.
So, anywho, I think Mark's trying to fucking get the fucking hook out again. He is really trying to get the hook out.
I've suddenly become very ill. Can we please move this on?
Oh, a likely story. Anywho, so yeah, there's this podcast. I'm on it. Then you've got the Sentai Rider podcast, which is your home for all things Tokusatsu, even though we never do the podcast ever. So that's a thing. What else do I have? Oh, yeah, my buddy Kevin. I forget the name of his podcast. I think it's Scraping the Bottom. It's like the 3 Beards, but I'm not there, so it's like half as good. But I totally plan on being there soon because I told him I'd be on there when I get a Thursday off, which is, next Thursday. So that's going to be a thing. I hope to be on there. That'll be fun. WTMnet.com, my buddy Sean Garmer's thing. I still haven't written that review. He's still not posted my review, so who knows? And anything else? Oh, yeah, go listen to the Night Flight Orchestra. You two do that, too. You'll fall in love, and then we'll review it someday because they had a new album come out this month. Hallelujah. Holy shit.
Okay. I appreciate you wrapping that up quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week at 9 o'clock for Dream Evil 6. Be well. For Jesse Starcher, for the Metal Coop, Robert Cooper, be well, be safe, and...